Will Ripley joins us now live from Tokyo with more. And Will, this movie pokes fun at North Korea. It even shows the president's head blowing up. They do have reason to stop this, but they're saying the hack wasn't them.
Yeah, I mean, there certainly is a motive here, right, for North Korea to be very angry. They hold their supreme leader up above all else, and so you have an American media company, North Korea, America, lots of friction. That's nothing new, and for an American company to show a scene with the leader's head exploding. I think any country, the United States, would be pretty angry about that if another country did a movie depicting President Obama in that way. But the cyber attack that the United States government now believes is linked to North Korea took all of this conflict to a whole different level. This goes above and beyond freedom of expression, says President Obama, and says, the United States government and law enforcement. This is a matter of national security, because if North Korea does have the capability to launch this kind of attack that can cause catastrophic damage to a major corporation in the United States, what else might they be capable of? I want to read you, though, the statement that's coming out now on North Korea. The evening news this evening, a newscaster came up on Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, and began reading this statement where basically the North Koreans flat out deny that they were responsible for this. They say they're being framed. One quote in particular really stood out to me. It says, quote, "If America refuses our proposal of a mutual investigation into this, continues to link us to this case and talk about actions in response, then they," meaning America, "will be met with serious consequences." This is the kind of rhetoric, Linda, that we've heard from North Korea before, but now, in light of this cyber attack and the fact that the U.S. government believes the North is behind it, a warning like that takes on a new meaning.
Absolutely. And does North Korea have the capabilities to carry out this sort of a hacking attack?
Well, for years now, it has been suspected that North Koreans have this ability. There was a major cyber attack on South Korean banks and businesses last year, and it's all being traced back to their so-called Bureau 121, this secretive group of some of the best minds in Pyongyang that are trained from a very young age to launch these kinds of cyber attacks. And a lot of one of the reasons U.S. law enforcement is linking North Korea to this is because they looked at the pattern, they looked at the malware, they looked at the strategy that was used, and all of it seems to match up with previous attacks that have been linked to North Korea. Another key point here, North Korea demanding a mutual investigation, but frankly, Linda, they don't have a lot of credibility with the international community because other countries, including Japan, where I am, have tried to work with North Korea on mutual investigations and have often found that to just be a dead end where they don't get any real answers.
Now, Will, President Obama said Sony's decision to stop the release of the film is a mistake and that he should have been consulted. And he warned, quote, "Do not get into a pattern where you're intimidated by these attacks." How did Sony respond to that?
Well, certainly, Sony Entertainment CEO Michael Linton took offense to that. He was pretty when he spoke with our Fareed Zakaria. He said that, look, we had consulted with White House officials. They had not spoken directly with the president, but he says that Sony had no choice but to pull this movie because of the fact that all of the major theater distributors and the theater companies in the United States said they were not going to show this movie, The Interview, on Christmas Day, and so Sony, without a network to show its movie, didn't have any other option. But that said, the fact that Sony CEO also says that they are looking at ways for the American public and for the world to see this film, it indicates that perhaps there are now discussions taking place about some kind of distribution channel for this film, whether that would be in a theater, whether it would be online, distributed to viewers in kind of a pay-per-view capacity. We just have to see what happens.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if it pops up online. Will Ripley in Tokyo, thank you very much.